before, I know the lies. I've been here before, I've seen the sky fall, the sky fall on me. The waves are coming up, they paralyze. The fear is breaking in, it's no surprise, no, but it tries though. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. No turning back, no turning back. Where do we go from here? Look in my eyes. There's a spark that we don't need to hide, no. Don't hide it, no. Yeah, bullets in the gun, we pay the price. We must overcome, it's time to rise up. Rise up. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we rise, no turning back. No, we're not turning. Hypocrites try to get up on me. Demons come, they'll try to harm me. Try to hide, but I think they saw me. But I ain't giving up, no, no. My real friends, they all know the flaw in me. Hit the text, hit me, can you call me? Here I go, new day upon me. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we
Hello, everybody, and welcome on back to Shake and Bake Sim TV as we continue on the Shake and Bake Cup Series presented by Heroes United. And tonight, it's round 17 from Season 3, the second race of the hunt for the Cup, as we go on to tackle our last road course of the season at the almighty and legendary Watkins Glen. It is going to be exciting. It is going to be fun. 50 laps around the Glen for the Race for the Cure Grand Prix, as drivers were told to wear, just like Darlington with throwback schemes last week, today was a cancer awareness schemes. So you'll see some drivers rocking a ton of pink here tonight. There's the temperature for tonight, as well as the event rules. 4 tire sets, 1 fast repair, 3 overtime shots as always, 65% fuel, which I haven't done the calculations yet, unfortunately, but it should be about 15 laps or so. But we're ready to get it going here from Watkins Glen. Expect little to none cautions, as we will rely more on local yellows. But nonetheless, we are ready to kick it off as qualifying is underway. 2 laps, 10-minute time limit. Here we go. Oh, and Gino bits wiped out on the outlap. As here we go, drivers getting ready to start their outlap. Or sorry, to start their first lap, I should say. Here we go, out of the final corner. The first few lap times of qualifying are underway here at Watkins Glen. And of course, all of the road racers are here to look out for tonight. Michael Egermont, Harold Wilson, Gino Zito, and Chris Safewright, those to look out for tonight. We're going to have a great old time and battle here at the front. Harold Wilson, this could be the racetrack where he can extend and be near solidifying a championship here in Season 3. We saw Gino Zito pick up the win last week at Darlington. A big win at the Southern 250. A win here at the Glen would absolutely put him in a premium spot to win the championship. Keith Hume out of the final corner. 2 purple sectors. Can he make it a third? Hume puts out the first time. It's 1:09. Snyder P2 with 1:11. What about the others though? Thornhill across the line. Past Snyder. It's 1:11.03 for Thornhill. Noah Lane into 4th. Charlie Jones so far, P5 for him, as Egermont has a purple sector. He put on a ton of practice here at the Glen. He said he was very excited. Could this be the day for Egermont as Gino Zito goes up to the front row with 1:10? None of the road racers though able to beat Hume so far. Egermont, 2 purple sectors. About to make it a third on the final corner. Can he capitalize? Michael Egermont across the line. It's pole position. 1:08 for Michael Egermont. He puts the number 2 on pole, and he is ready to get rolling here at the Glen. Harold Wilson across the final corner. What does Harold have in store? It's P3. Cannot get to the front row. 1:09.97 for Wilson. Zito will top his teammate. 1:09.7 for Zito. He moves up back to P3. Tubbs, Luba, Evans, and Safewright. Still no time put. Chris Safewright driving the 21 for bottom split Bandits this time around, as Carter Roy is not present tonight. As Safe Right still has not driven a Ford Taser yet. We're looking at about a 12-car field here tonight, as there is Luba making his way around. 5 minutes left on the clock. Luba across the line. What does he have? P8 is all he could manage. He gets above Jones though. But a mighty lap. Chris Saferight goes up to P5. Saferight is up there. Definitely do not count him out of this. Saferight still trying to absolutely rip this 21 Chevy around the carousel. Luba and Evans still looking for some times. Three and a half minutes left on the clock. Can Saferight get out of P5? Across the line. He cannot, but Zachary Evans, in his first lap time, will put it side by side with Saferight. It's P6 for him. Dalton Tubbs, the only one without a lap time yet. Around the carousel. Evans has been pretty good on the Glen. And he improved from row 3. Evans, second lap time. 2 green sectors across the line. What does he have in store? He does. He gets by 1 spot. Evans into P5. Saferight down to 6. And that will be the end of qualifying, as we get ready to rumble from the Glen.
We're good. Yeah, I can't find any more time. Oh, heavens, no.
Here we go. Qualifying and done. Here at Watkins Glen, the practice will pay off. It's Michael Egermont on pole position here at Watkins Glen. And he could have not asked for a better lap time. This is what he wanted to see. The question is, can he turn this pole into his first ever race win here in the Shake and Bake Cup Series? We're gonna find out in 50 laps time. Here's how the championship stands out going into the Glen. Harold Wilson still with the championship lead. It's Thornhill second, Brockmeyer third, Egremont in fourth, Gino Zito with his win at Darlington from the number 10 seed all the way up into the top 5. It's Snyder 6, then it's Jones, Luba, Hume, and Hill. That is your top 10, where we're still competing for a championship. As we're about to take it green here, get the pace lap started and ready to go here at Watkins Glen. Here's your starting grid for tonight. Michael Egremont on pole position. Keith Hume Sr. side by side with him at the front row. Then it's the road racers of BSB, Gino Zito and Harold Wilson side by side on row 2. Row 3, it's Zachary Evans and Chris Safried in the 21. Row 4, it's Davin Thornhill and Noah Lane making his return back to racing. Row 5, it's Adam Snyder and Dominic Luba. And row 6, running off the grid here tonight, it's Charlie Jones and Dalton Tubbs in the number 11. Here we go, folks. Take your final picks. Who do you see winning this race? As the pace car is about to roll in. Once again, expect little to no cautions, as we will rely mostly on local yellows. But here we go. Final road course of the season. A very skillful and strategic race, one that can decide the whole championship if played right. Michael Egremont looking for his first win. Hume looking for his fourth in order to try and get all the way back into the championship fight. It's time to shake it and bake it on the final road course. It's green flag, and we're racing at Watkins Glen. Turn 1 is usually chaos. Let's see how they roll through it. So far, so good. Going into the S's, Hume looking for the inside here, going into the bus stop. Braking point has to be on point, and Michael Egremont is around. Big contact, they're both around. But they keep it going here. Gino just parks it. As now he keeps it going. It's collision between the pole sitter and Gino Zito. Egremont and Gino making some contact. And arguably the two strongest drivers here take each other out going into the bus stop. It's Keith Hume who leads the first lap. That is unbelievable. Not a way that I was seeing this race start. But we're gonna keep it rolling here. As we go immediately single file. That's Keith Hume, who will set fastest lap on the race, 1:09.51. As he holds the lead. Zachary Evans, so far in a decent position, hunting down Keith Hume here. This battle, how about this battle for third? As Harold Wilson up into P4. Trying to get by Thornhill. Turn 1, Wilson will get through, and Harold Wilson, your championship leader, into a podium spot, past Thornhill, past Snyder, as now they will try to fight it back. And we said these drivers have to be very careful with this man right here, Harold Wilson, whose this track has been the absolute territory. As Stephen Thornhill, clean move on the inside there through the carousel. He goes back into P3, but Wilson will be ready to go for a move here anytime as Thornhill runs wide there. Can he get it back on track? Yes, he will. He goes wide again, though. That number 5 being very tight on the corners, and Harold Wilson will take the easy spot going into the line, and he will lead going into lap 5 here on turn 1. As now Snyder may be looking for a move on Thornhill. Keith Hume already a second ahead of Evans. Michael Egermont and Gino Zito slowly trying to come back here. Action here in the back. Noah Lane tried to look for an opening move there on Luba. Here comes Michael Egermont, who runs it very wide on that turn. He's gonna make it though, stick on the final corner even after running wide. Side by side with Lane. Can he hold him off going into turn 1? Now Egermont swoops past the inside. Easy overtake for him. Egermont up into 8th as he now hunts down Luba for 7th. It's two Toyotas up front. as of right now, compared to the rest of this pack. Oh, and Dominic Luba cannot make the bus stop, and he will have a massive slowdown. Here's the quick replay. Egremont and Luba side by side, and Luba can't make the bus stop. Too late on the braking, and he's gonna run it. So Luba looks like a couple spots there. Egremont and Cito slowly trying to come back in this. They're back into P7 and 8 respectively. As Wilson starts to put a gap between himself and Thornhill. However, a gap also forming between himself and Evans in second. As Evans is still in the hunt to try and catch up to Hume here. Snyder and Safe Right. Side by side, Snyder runs it very wide. Cannot make the corner there on turn 1, and Safe Right will swoop by. Another runoff on turn 1. The pressure was too much there for Snyder. Safe Right moves into the top 5. As look at the gap already between Thornhill and Wilson here. Well, Keith Hume is absolutely out of here. It will be a 4-second gap between Hume and Evans for the lead. He's 62, already putting on a show here at the Glen. Wilson, however, slowly closing in on Evans here. Adam Snyder going down pit road. Now, single file, there's a pretty big gap. Of course, consistency is a thing, but another thing now that it has come to mind, of course, endurance. You gotta endure. You gotta endure these 50 laps. And with a 65% fuel, I believe it'll only be about 15 laps worth of fuel, so you really gotta make it work here. 40 laps to go. So as we continue on here, 40 to go. This is going to be a pretty extensive race. Obviously, a ton of gaps already, so we'll see if we get any action here for position. But let's go ahead and go into some shake and bake, crank it up action. Presented by Logitech. Back to racing action. Here we go. After an extensive period of crank it up action, as Michael Egremont has made himself a name here at Glen, all the way up back into P4. What a showcase Egremont is giving so far. Thornhill still in third. Evans P2, Hume P1 after Harold Wilson went down pit road. Wilson finds himself in P7 with Zito P6, Safe Right 5th. And it's Luba, Snyder, Lane, Jones, and Tubbs. Snyder, Lane, and Jones, one lap down. Tubbs 2. That's Egremont, beautiful pass on the inside on his teammate slash team owner. The question was, can he make it stick on corner exit? And the answer is, yes, he will. Egremont into a podium spot on lap 18. It's a 13-second gap between himself and Evans. A 6-second gap between Evans and Hume. So Hume and Evans have just been running it pretty lonely here, as it is such a large margin between that top three. Getting ready, all ready to approach 30 to go. As Egremont goes down pit road, so does Thornhill. And here comes a pretty big cycle. Thornhill and Egremont down pit road. Safe Right stays out. Zito stays out. And of course, Harold Wilson, who went down pit road earlier, will stay out. So it's Chris Safe Right into a provisional podium spot. As we await for the rest of the drivers to see what they'll do. Looks like Hume is coming down pit road. And he is. Hume going down pit road. Does Evans follow? Yes, he will. P1 and 2 down pit road. Here comes P3 and Safe Right. Gino Zito behind. Safe Right stays out. So does Zito. And they will both beat him off pit road. Chris Safe Right into the provisional race lead. Gino Zito into P2. Hume exits pit road third. Harold Wilson right behind him. Out of the carousel. Hume has no lane in front of him. Wilson, who is in an alternate strategy, trying to catch up to that 62. Safe right goes in. Zito goes in. So P1 and 2 now both in. This is going to give Keith Hume the lead once again. It will be Keith Hume and Harold Wilson, the ones that will be fighting for the lead here. Zachary Evans slowly trailing behind. How about this? Michael Egremont not giving up a fight. Egremont setting up the fastest lap of the race, 1 minute and 9.37. As we have reached 30 laps to go. Evans just lets Egremont by. Oh, and it's trouble! Zachary Evans on the final corner. There is 100% an issue with that number 20. It is trouble for Evans and the 20 Toyota of HBA Racing. Major damage to them. As Michael Egremont goes back to a podium spot. Three-second gap between Wilson and Hume. But Wilson has a lot of lap cars in front of him. Lane and Luba blocking the way. As Luba goes wide, Wilson will get by, and he will just have the 25 in front of him before he can get to that 62, but that gap is increasing. Now a 5-second gap between Hume and Wilson. Dalton Tubbs will park the number 11 Toyota, and he is out of this race. As we mentioned there, in top 5 is Hume, Wilson, Egremont, Thornhill, and Safe Right with Zito, Snyder, Evans, and Lane, and Luba Running up the top 10. Jones 11, Tubbs, DNF out of this race. That gap just keeps increasing. Keith Hume, 7-second gap over Harold Wilson. $27 to go. We're about to reach the halfway point here. So far, only one green flag cycle. As we await for more. In about, give or take, 10 laps time. Egremont and Luba side by side going into the bus stop. Egremont absolutely putting all gas, no brakes into that number 2 Chevy for Taser Racing. But Keith Hume is absolutely ripping that 62 GHR Toyota to its limits. Halfway point officially reached. It's 25 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. Gino Zito going up into P4. As Thornhill trying to catch up to him, Seyfried as well. Look at all those pink cars. They're going to the bus stop. As it is Cancer Awareness Day here in the Shake and Bake Cup Series. Noah Lane going down pit road. Look at this. Michael Agamont has come back from all the way down after his initial spin with Zito on lap 1 to now not even a gap between himself and Harold Wilson for second. However, still a big, massive gap. It's a 14-second gap between Keith Hume and the both of them. So we'll see if they can overcome that in 23 laps time. But we have ourselves a fight here for P2. Who is the better road racer out of the two here in these Cup cars? Agamont. Nothing he can find on turn 1. However, Wilson runs it very wide. He has to take the runoff area, and it's Michael Agamont getting by. Both of them smoothly across the S's. Braking point needs to be on point here. No pun intended, into the bus stop. And they absolutely both nail it. But it's Agamont who gets by Wilson on turn 1 to take second place with 22 to go. Now, can Michael Agamont catch that 62 somehow, some way? It's a 14.3 second gap. Wilson once again runs turn 1 very, very wide, and he loses a ton of time. That's been one of the key point mistakes from the 83 here tonight. Just going so wide in turn 1, has to go on the runoff area, basically hugging that wall completely around the corner. Agamont just hoping for a mistake from this 62. $20 to go. Look at the speed carried by that 62 Toyota Camry. Around the carousel, showing no signs of slowing down. Agamont now going around the carousel. As some lap traffic may play here. Charlie Jones in front of Agamont as Adam Snyder will go down pit road once again. Jones and Agamont teammates, of course, no fight for that spot. Jones will just let Agamont go as Jones will go down pit road, and Harold Wilson will also go down pit road. Agamont now going across the S's. Hume just completed the bus stop. That is the difference on track between them. The question now, not only can Agamont catch up Not only can Egremont try to catch up here, or can he catch up, but when do both of these drivers go down pit road? They will not have enough to make it on fuel. When do they go, and who goes first? Hume still staying out. It will be 18 to go this time by. Egremont also staying out as it's contact between Wilson and Evans. They both have to be very careful there. No caution called as Keith Hume gets by all of it. But it was contact between Harold Wilson and Zachary Evans. Everyone still, thankfully, keeps it coming. As we continue the march. Zachary Evans going down pit road. He is currently P7. Harold Wilson will now go a lap down. "12-second gap between Hume and Egremont." That gap it's not going down. It does not want to go down. As Wilson is trying to hunt down Hume there. Big slide by Hume on the runoff area of turn 1. Oh, and he gets the grass there out of the S's. Big jump for Hume. He has to be very careful with that 62. Pushing that 62 to its limits, but cannot afford to make a mistake here. Still staying out. It really is a race for the chase here. 15 to go, plenty of time left. And now he goes back to hitting his marks. If he can keep it going all the way to the checkered flag, this will be Keith Hume's 4th win of the season, making him the driver with the most amount of wins in the season thus far, with 3 rounds to go, not including this one. We got Bristol, Talladega, and the championship race at Kansas left. Oh, that's big trouble. Harold Wilson. Big crash. And a big moment for him. Oh, it is a massive hit for him. And he has to tow it back. Egremont just trying to do whatever he can to catch up to the 62. Let's see if we can get him up here. So, Zachary Evans out of the race, but he will join us up here in the booth. Evans can hear us. See if we can get him on up here. Michael Egremont going down pit road, hoping he can undercut the 62. So 2 DNFs so far this race, Tubbs and Evans. So now what does Hume do here? To try and claim this win here. I think he is going to go down pit road. He will. Hume goes down pit road. He saw Egremont went. Now's the time to go. Here comes the rest of the field, though. I don't think anyone will be able to catch up to that 62. Here we go. Thornhill stays out. Keith Hume now rolling out of pit road. This will be a fight all the way to the end, but Keith Hume somehow holds on to the lead. Twelve laps to go.
Hello? Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I figured come call the rest of the race since messed up. Well, let's see. Egermont's running 109s at the moment, and Hume's also running 109s, so he's gonna need Hume to fall off at this point. Which Hume does have a taser car in front of him, so maybe Charlie can maybe hold him up just a smidge, as he will get a little contact between the leader and Charlie. Going side by side into the S's.
Of course, Charlie can try and help Michael here. But nothing much he could do.
Yeah, at this rate, he's going to need a second a lap. Yeah, felt really bad for Michael earlier in the race, seeing him get accidentally taken out by Gino, but seeing him rally back like this, it shows how much practice he's put into this track and how much determination he has to try and win in Shake and Bake.
So we see him there in the background, just trying to push that car as much as he can. Oh, big trouble in the back. Charlie Jones goes for a spin.
Right in front of Michael Egermont. Egermont's going to get through cleanly. Charlie gets it back rolling.
Could have been a very, very bad thing if Michael got involved in that.
Yeah, Gap, after getting held up by Charlie, Gap's only 7.5 seconds now. Hume lost almost 2 seconds because of getting held up by Charlie.
8 to go.
Which, from my point of view in the car, it looks like Hume's been mistake-free all night. So,
What a show the 62 has been putting on. Lost the lead a couple times, but that was provisionally as they went through the green flag cycles. Other than that, it's been all Keith Hume here at Watkins Glen. Dominic now in front of him, another teammate of Egermont's at Taser Racing.
yeah, that gap didn't come down any right there as they ran almost identical lap times there. Egermont just a little faster.
Can Dominic try and do anything to keep that 62 at bay?
Yeah, Dom can hold him up right exactly where he just held him up in the bus stop. That's perfect.
Oh, contact between them! Hume goes around!
Spin!
Here comes
Oh
Egermont
my
with a chance!
Egermont's got to be careful.
He gets
through
by!
easily. Oh my goodness.
And this thing just got turned completely upside down.
Hume's got a ton of damage. Oh man, Hume is going to have words for that number 8 car after the race. But hey, that's teamwork right there. The only place you can set and put your car where they can't pass you is in the bus stop. That's exactly what Luba did there.
With 7 laps to go, Luba was in front of him, tried to put on the block. They both collide, and Hume goes for a spin that opens up the door, and Michael Egermont, in a turn of events, takes the race lead with 6 to go.
Now, if I'm Egermont now, I am slowing my pace all the way down. Hume's damage is going to be affecting him a ton. He hit that wall pretty hard. Third place is only in turn 1 at the moment as Egermont's going into the bus stop now.
It's a 5-second gap, but don't count Hume out just yet.
Yeah, I got to see what these lap times look like with Keith Hume's damage here to see if he's still at pace or not.
Unbelievable. Just when we thought that this was all over.
Coming to 5 laps to go for that number 2 neon blue and orange Taser Chevy. Egremont still in the 110s. What's Hume's lap time? He ran a 111. He's almost a second and a half, almost a second slower now.
5-second gap up to 6-second gap. Hume trying his best to hunt him down.
Yeah, Egremont's chilled out the pace here. He was running high 109s, low 110s. He's backed it up just a little bit. He was running a mid 110 that time. Just has to be smooth here. I feel like I'm calling Chase Elliott to the win here. As Luba is going to easily let by his teammate, not going to get in his way.
The opposite for Hume, though. Hume is absolutely pushing that 62 to its limits.
Yeah, even with giving up a second a lap, Michael would still win by 2 seconds. So he needs to back up the pace here.
Little clip of the grass there on the final corner for Hume. Still good, though.
110.5. 110.5 for Egremont. 111.3. Egremont's still faster. 4 to go.
A nightmare end on what could have been a superb day for Keith Hume. But remember, this is still not over until the
Not at all.
checkered flag waves.
Got it all. If Michael pushes this car any more than he needs to, he can do something he does not want to do. He's been so close so many times, yet this is the time that he's been the absolute closest. Back the pace down, buddy. Back it down. Bring her home. Collect that win.
3 laps to go at Watkins Glen. On those final 2 corners, you can see how different this track has changed. All the gravel and all that rubble on the track. We've seen a couple spins there. So that could have played a very big factor.
Yeah, Hume's still a second slower. Now, Hume's catching up Dom here. I wonder if Hume might send that that 8 car into the barriers here.
Well, here we go. He's gonna have some deja vu here.
Yeah, I don't think Hume's gonna be patient this time. I think this is gonna be a bulldozer move here.
I wouldn't be too mad for Hume here. I mean, obviously
yeah,
you can tell that there's frustration there.
Yeah, if I'm Dom, I'm getting all the way out of the way here. I'm not risking my car getting punted.
Not only that, but of course you don't want to risk a post-race penalty. 2 laps to go.
Here he comes.
Hume and Luba side by side. They're going to be side by side going to turn 1, it seems.
There it is.
Contact again.
He tried to turn him.
Oh!
And Luba's gonna get him.
They are both
Dominic
just playing
Luba.
it dirty with each other.
Luba gets the last laugh there. As Keith Hume went for an intentional wreck on the 8, and it did not work out.
Yeah,
Number 1 rule of stock car racing is learn how to wreck somebody without wrecking yourself.
Oh, you can already tell that these two are going to have a couple of word exchanges after this race is over.
As the 2 car
Here we
into
go.
turn 6 Coming into turn 7.
Final 2 corners. Michael Egremont. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go at Watkins Glen.
He's got a teammate for next year in front of him. I don't know if he'll get him or not, but we'll see.
Egremont put in the hard work, sweat, and tears into multiple practices here at Watkins Glen. He said that this was the track that he was destined to win the most, the track that he practiced the most for. After multiple podiums and coming just short, he also said that a win is what he needed to try and solidify a great spot into a championship fight. Well, a win is exactly what he's gonna get. The hard work and practice will pay off out of the final 2 corners. The dream will no longer be a dream. It is all Michael Egremont. He will win it at Watkins Glen. The first race win achieved. He has done it. Michael Egremont is a race winner at Watkins Glen.
Oh man, I'm so proud of this guy. He put so much work in this week into this racetrack, probably over 500 plus laps turned into this racetrack. He deserves this win, and probably more than anybody deserved a win today.
Keith Hughes second, and Gino Zito across the line third. A great podium for Zito after a splendid win last week at Darlington. Just unbelievable. I did not expect that race to end like that.
Man, that was crazy.
Wow.
This is going to be a really a loved win in the garage here.
There is definitely going to be a worse exchange there. But wow. The dream finally achieved for the number 2. Michael Egremont picks up his first race win in the Shake and Bake Cup Series, and none other than Watkins Glen. A win that he very much needed for a great shot at a championship. And you can only assume that he's gonna absolutely burn this down.
Oh,
there it is.
You might have to hold off your energy for probably about 10 minutes here.
It is a massive celebration burnout. And there it is. Unbelievable.
So happy. Very
And
respected win in the garage.
I'm not gonna celebrate too early as we are waiting to confirm it. But I believe we will confirm it. Wow. If it stands, it is pole position, it is race win, it is the fastest lap It's a perfect race day for Michael Egremont.
That's exactly what he needed coming into this race.
Here is your race results here. Unbelievable. I was not expecting the race to end like that. There is your race results. It's Michael Egremont. The dream finally achieved. A race win at Watkins Glen. Keith Hume P2, Gino Zito a very big P3 podium after his win last week at Darlington. That's Chris Safewright with a massive P4, followed by Davin Thornhill rounding off the top 5. Then it's Adam Snyder, Harold Wilson, Dominic Luba, Noah Lane, and Charlie Jones rounding off the top 10. Zachary Evans and Dalton Tubbs. DNF here rounding off the grid. Pole position, race win, fastest lap. It's a perfect race day for Michael Egremont and a perfect points day that he very much needed. Let's go into post-race interviews now. As I'm still in shock from that. I'm still has not processed completely everything. But let's go up here and bring in your race winner today. Michael Egremont up here. Wow. Michael, can you hear us?
Yes.
Michael,
Oh,
you practice, the hard work will pay off. You are a shake and bake race winner here at Watkins Glen. And not only that, you grabbed the pole, you grabbed the fastest lap. Your first race win. It's a perfect points day. How do you feel about the win here tonight?
I can't believe it, man. I 1 second. It's I thought it was over. Me and Gino had some unfortunate contact, but that's part of racing. You know, I left the door open. But I gave that absolutely everything to the end. To be honest, I thought Keith had me covered. He was setting some really good laps there. I don't know what happened, but here we are. I'm a race winner.
My goodness, an absolute beautiful race win. I was not expecting the race to end like that. Like you said, I thought it was over. I thought Hume had this one, and the contact there happens between him and Luba. We're race control is definitely gonna have to review that. But as of right now, you're a race winner. You said that you were P4 in the standings. You said that you needed a race win to have a decent shot at winning this championship. You finally get it. How do you feel about now having a potential great shot at having this championship shot now with 3 races to go?
If I can keep these podiums up and hell, even get one more race win, there's a good chance. But we got to play the cards right. We're on an absolutely amazing run since the end of the season until now. We're just gonna keep building off this momentum and keep going.
Alrighty, there it is. Michael Egremont, your race winner here at Watkins Glen. Michael, is there any final shoutouts that you'd like to do?
Shout out to Taser. This wouldn't be possible without you guys. I'm really sad that I'm leaving at the end of the year. But shout out to Davin, Dom, and the rest of them, Charlie Jones, everybody. Shout out to all the people that just got out of my way. You made it really easy. Not that it was easy. It was definitely a very hard race. I had to give it 100% of everything. But you damn. All right, Davin. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that, Davin. Yeah. This is and Gino, no worries for that incident, man. That stuff happens. There's thank you for waiting for me. That's really class of you, man. I love this team and I love this league. We're gonna try our best to win this championship, but we're not gonna hurt my teammate in the way.
Hey, buddy, you need to go celebrate with some bricked up lemonade all night long.
Yeah, I already have some, man. It's already in my system, bud. As soon as I got out the car, it was in me. I'm dehydrated, bro. I'm
Hey, man, I'm
sweating bullets over
very,
here.
very proud of you. You put in all the work all week. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, there it is. Michael, first race win of the Shake and Bake Cup Series. Go celebrate that massive win here tonight.
Thank you, boys.
All right, let's bring in here your P2 finisher, because I actually do want to see what he has to say. Keith Hume, let's bring it on up. Keith, can you hear us?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Keith, P2
I don't
finish.
know if you want to hear what I have to say.
Well, Keith, P2 finish here at the Glen. We thought you had it secured in the bag, but obviously the elephant in the room in the bus stop. I believe it was around 7 to 6 laps to go. Contact between you and Dominic Luba. Walk us through that. What are your thoughts on that, and just overall what happened in that scenario?
Well, so Michael ran a heck of a race. I was running playing chicken the entire time. He was the fastest car out there, and him getting caught up in whatever he caught up in there on the first lap, that sucks. I don't think we had anything for him. I do know that I put in about 560 laps this week trying to get better because I'm a decent road racer, but I'm not a great road racer. I put in a lot of time this week to try and go out and compete with these guys. But Michael was obviously the class of the field. We had an issue with the 8 earlier in the race slowing down and blocking the path when he was going to go a lap down, which I guess he was going 1 lap down, so that would have been fine. This time he was 3 laps down and blocking the path. I'm just not sure what's going on, why that would be the way that they would choose to try and win the race, and that's because I think Michael could have gotten up there and made a race of it without that happening.
Alrighty there, and obviously this would have been a massive, massive race win for you. You sat P9 in the standings going into the Glen. This could have potentially boosted you a couple of spots here, but if it stands, obviously, it's gonna go to race control. If it stands, you get a great P2 finish here. 3 rounds to go. How do you feel about the following rounds? Bristol, Talladega, Kansas. Do you think you still have a shot at a great title fight for this championship?
I mean, this would have definitely helped. And when you say if it stands, Michael's win is not in question, correct?
I do believe so. Yeah, Michael, as of right now, has secured that win. But we'll see if there's any post-race penalties. And it's all going to go down to race control, so I have no idea. But overall, what do you think about the next couple of rounds for a shot at the title?
I mean, we can run as well as anybody else can in the next 3 races. It would have been nice to have those extra 20 points coming in here. Michael and I have not seen eye to eye a couple of times this season, that he was a class act tonight. He got getting spun out the best way that anybody could have. The other clown shows on his team, on the other hand, I don't. He needs to be going to a team that doesn't have a bunch of clowns driving for him. And hopefully we can make some ground up in the next couple of weeks, and be sure that we help. If we can't win the championship, be sure that we help the 36 and the 83 to make sure that they are, because apparently team orders are the rule of the day, and those Taser cars aren't going to be winning championships this year.
Alrighty, well, there you have it. Keith Hume Sr., P2 finisher here at Watkins Glen. Is there any final shout-outs you'd like to do?
Obviously, want to thank the guys at BSB. Want to thank Toyota, South Point Casino, Home Depot, Jordan Brand, Monster Energy, Diablo Blades, everybody that helps out on these cars, and we'll go get them next week.
Yeah, I just want to put my word in it. It was fun racing you or following behind you. Those first 20 laps could have caught up to you a little bit and raced you, but good second place, buddy.
I appreciate you. Thanks, guys.
There it is. Keith Hume, P2 finisher here at the Glen, hoping for a redemption and the best of luck going to the next 3 weeks.
Hey, thanks, Dominic.
Alrighty, let's get up here. P3 finisher to round off these post-race interviews, and that is going to be Gino Zito. A great podium spot after his superb win at Darlington last week. Let's get him on up. Gino, can you hear us?
Is this thing on?
There we go.
Hello. Oh, there we go.
Gino, there you go. Big P3 podium here, coming off of the race win, obviously, from the Southern 250 at Darlington last week. It was Watkins Glen road course, road racer. You were expected to do great here, and you will not disappoint. A big points day for you. How do you feel about the podium result here tonight?
First of all, I just want to say sorry to Michael. That lap one, my brakes kind of just didn't work. I don't know. I think Keith glazed them before the race. That's my guess. Is Keith glazed them? But my bad, Michael. But other than that, I mean, it was great. Me and Michael had some fun going through the field. That was actually a lot of fun. I wish I would have just started from the pits anyways. That was a lot of fun. But other than that, I mean, it was a good night. Just kind of ran my own race, did my own thing, kind of just copied everybody's pit stops and went from there. Obviously Michael was the fastest guy out here. I don't know how. We need to check his car, by the way. He's got nitro fuel. But I mean, I got down there to the 109s, but not no 108. So he's definitely doing something different. But good for him. I mean, he practiced a lot. I didn't get much time on this sim. So it was fun. It was a good race. Good day to get P3 at that. I thought we could get Keith there at the end. I thought him and 8 were exchanging some blows, as you would say, but not enough for me to capitalize. I'll say that.
And of course, these next couple of weeks are screaming Gino all over them. Next week, Bristol, you won in season 1. The week after that, Talladega, you won in season 2. What do you expect with these next 2 weeks being rounds that you have won before?
Bristol, I'm coming in kind of on a limb. I don't know. I know I'm good at Bristol, but they've changed it a little bit. I haven't got some practice, so I'm definitely gonna have to practice that track. I can't skip practice on that one, unfortunately. But Talladega, listen, when you win Talladega, it's not just about the driver. It's about how American are you. And goddamn it, we all know I'm the most American here. So, when it comes down to Talladega, there's only one man to win it, and that's the number 77. So I'm not worried about that race at all. Now Kansas happens to fall on a lucky day, the
20th.
championship race. So we'll see.
Alrighty, there it is. Gino, your P3 finisher here, rounding off the podium at Watkins Glen. Is there any final shout-outs that you'd like to do?
Shout out to the BSB boys, of course. Man, they're great, especially since we got Chris out here tonight. I was so happy to see him on the racetrack, get to race with him a little bit. And of course, Harold, man, great to have him as an owner, great person in general. And thank you for the picture. That is so lovely. But either way, shout out to all the guys that work backstage with the car, and shout out to the man above, of course.
Alrighty, there it is. Go celebrate that great podium, my guy.
I go.
Alrighty, and that would be actually we could make it a exception here if Harold Wilson wants to come up here to grab perspective from the championship leader here. Harold, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Harold, Watkins Glen, it was known as your turf. You were the race winner here in season 1. Did a decent in season 2. It will be a P7 finish for you here in season 3, but you still hold on to the championship lead. However, that points lead obviously slowly dwindling. How do you feel about your result here tonight and overall about that points deficit slowly going down here in the championship lead?
I just hopped up in the booth, come here to fight Zach. That's the only reason I'm here.
I'm so sorry.
Go ahead, exchange words. I'm just gonna sit down and enjoy some popcorn while I hear this.
Man, I was so zoned out, and then I see this car coming off my right side off the pits, and I'm like, oh god.
it was a wall or a U, and then it was all
Yeah,
downhill from there.
I didn't even see you till I hit
I
you.
tried to
'cause
drive
was
it, broke,
zoned out.
and that didn't work out either.
Do
Oh
apologize.
my. But there it is. Harold Wilson, still your championship leader here, exiting the Glen, going into Bristol. Harold, is there any final shout-outs that you'd like to do?
I shout out to my wife and daughter, all the BSB boys, and Carter's mom.
Well, there it is. Harold Wilson, still your championship leader. We'll see if he can extend that lead going into Bristol. Good luck in the next upcoming weeks.
Thank you, man.
Good luck, buddy.
Alrighty. And that will do it for tonight here at Watkins Glen. Let's go over the race results one final time before we get sent off here. Podium for Watkins Glen, Michael Egermont, race win achieved. It's Keith Hume and Gino Zito rounding off the podium. And it's Chris Safewright, Davin Thornhill, Adam Snyder, Harold Wilson, Dominic Luba, Noah Lane, Charlie Jones, Zachary Evans, and Dalton Tubbs. Egermont grabs both the fastest lap award and the pole position award for a perfect points day here at Watkins Glen. And this is how the championship lines up after that. And this is gonna be very exhilarating. It's not one, but 2 spots gained for Michael Egermont as Egermont goes P2 in the standings, and he will just be 9 points away from the championship lead in Harold Wilson. Davin Thornhill drops down a spot into P3. Gino Zito moves up to P4. Snyder the 5th, Jones to 6th, Luba to 7th, and Hume to 8th. As we'll see here, we still gotta calculate the points for Evans here. We'll see how it goes with that between Brockmeyer and Evans. But as it stands, it is a very, very big shakeup in the hunt for the cup standings here. But we'll have that ready to go and updated and accurate for you guys. And next week, that being said, it's Lynn Crespo and Zachary Evans up here in the commentary booth, and we will see you all next week with the 3rd round of the hunt for the cup. None other than the infamous Shake and Bake Bristol night race. You guys do not want to miss that. That being said, peace out everyone, and have a good rest of your night.
No more subbing, only broadcasting now. Let's go.